What if the way you leave the harbor in the morning determines your entire voyage for the day? The world is a chaotic and unpredictable sea, and most people begin their journey by allowing the first random wave to throw them off course. The Stoics knew a better way. To rule the day, you must first master the dawn. Master mornings, rule days. Stoic discipline, mental clarity, compiled and published by Stoic ruler. Lesson 1. Setting the tone for your day. Imagine a master musician before a grand performance. They do not simply walk on stage and begin to play. They first engage in a quiet, sacred ritual of tuning their instrument. They listen intently, making precise adjustments, ensuring every string is in perfect harmony. The quality of the entire concert, the beauty of every note to come, depends entirely on this initial, deliberate act of setting the right tone. Your mind is this instrument, and your morning is your time for tuning. The inner conflict we face is that we treat our minds with shocking carelessness. We wake up, and instead of tuning our own instrument, we immediately expose it to the chaotic, dissonant noise of the world. The blare of breaking news, the clamor of social media, the jarring demands of unread emails. The fundamental problem with this reactive start is that the tone for your day is set for you, not by you. And the tone set by the world is almost always one of anxiety, urgency, outrage, and comparison. By grabbing your phone first thing, you are allowing the anxieties of strangers, the agendas of your colleagues, and the curated highlight reels of others to become the first notes played in your mind. This immediately puts you in a defensive, reactive posture. You start your day feeling behind, overwhelmed, and slightly agitated, without even knowing why. You have allowed your instrument to be tuned by chaos, and then you wonder why your day feels so dissonant and out of tune. The transformative solution is to consciously and deliberately become the master musician of your own morning. It is the commitment to protect the first sacred hour of your day, using it to tune your own instrument and set a powerful, internal tone of calm, purpose, and control before the orchestra of the world begins to play. The core Stoic idea here is that of primacy. What you do first matters most, as it creates the context for everything that follows. The Stoic practice of prosoka, or mindful attention, begins with where you place your attention first thing in the day. By directing it inward toward your own state of being, you seize control of the narrative. You are no longer reacting to the world's story. You are preparing to write your own. You can begin to set a powerful tone with a simple but non-negotiable rule. The first hour, no screens principle. For the first 60 minutes after you wake up, your phone and computer do not exist. This act alone is a revolutionary declaration of your sovereignty. During this sacred hour, you implement a simple tone-setting ritual. This does not have to be complex. It can be as simple as 3 steps. Step 1. Hydrate your body. Drink a large glass of water to rehydrate your brain and body after a long night's sleep. Step 2. Move your body. A few simple stretches, a short walk, or a set of push-ups changes your physiology from a state of lethargy to one of vitality. Step 3. Still your mind. Sit in a comfortable chair for 5 minutes. Do nothing. Just breathe. This sequence, hydrate, move, still, is a powerful way to tune your instrument and set a tone of deliberate, calm control. The benefits of setting the tone for your day are the benefits of living as a creator rather than a reactor. You will feel a profound sense of peace and agency, knowing that you started the day on your own terms. Your baseline level of anxiety and stress will plummet because you have insulated yourself from the world's morning chaos. Your ability to focus and do deep, meaningful work will skyrocket because you have primed your brain for order and purpose, not for distraction and reaction. You will begin each day feeling centered, powerful, and in control. Your practice for this lesson is to commit to the first 20 minutes rule. Just for tomorrow, give yourself the first 20 minutes of the day completely screen-free. Feel the difference it makes. Setting the tone is the first step. The next is to use that foundation to cultivate a deep inner calm that can withstand the inevitable chaos of the day. In our next lesson, we will explore this essential practice. If you are ready to become the musician of your own mind, please like this video. Lesson 2. Cultivating inner calm in chaos. Imagine a deep, ancient well sunk far into the earth. On the surface, a violent thunderstorm may be raging. The wind howls, rain lashes down, and the ground is churned to mud. But deep at the bottom of the well, the water remains perfectly still, cool, and crystal clear, completely untouched by the surface turmoil. This is a metaphor for the Stoic mind. The inner conflict we face is the belief that our inner state must be a direct reflection of the outer world's chaos. We believe that if our day is stressful, we must be stressed. If our environment is chaotic, our minds must be chaotic. We see ourselves as a shallow puddle, reflecting every passing storm cloud and getting stirred up by every falling stone. The fundamental problem with this belief is that it makes us helpless victims of our circumstances. It means our inner peace, our clarity, and our emotional stability are fragile commodities that can be shattered at any moment by a rude email, a traffic jam, a difficult colleague, or a negative news story. We live in a state of constant vulnerability, our inner well-being held hostage by a world we cannot control. This leads to a life of chronic stress, anxiety, and a feeling of being perpetually overwhelmed. We are unable to access our own best thinking or deepest wisdom because our minds are constantly being churned into a muddy mess by external events. The transformative solution is to become the deep well. It is the daily, disciplined practice of cultivating a reservoir of inner calm, so profound that it remains undisturbed by the storms of your daily life. The core Stoic idea here is the inner citadel, a concept beloved by Marcus Aurelius. He knew his outer life as emperor was one of constant chaos, war, and political intrigue. His survival depended on his ability to retreat into the unbreachable fortress of his own mind. Your morning routine is the time you spend building and fortifying the walls of this inner citadel. It is where you practice stillness so that you can access that stillness later in the midst of chaos. You can begin to build this deep well of calm with a foundational morning practice, a 10-minute inner stillness meditation. This is not a mystical or complex act. It is a simple workout for your mind. Find a quiet place to sit. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Close your eyes and bring your full attention to the physical sensation of your breath moving in and out of your body. Your mind will inevitably wander, pulled away by a thought, a worry, or a sound. This is not a failure. This is the opportunity. The moment you realize your mind has wandered, you have already succeeded. Your practice is to gently, without judgment or frustration, acknowledge the thought and then calmly escort your attention back to your breath. Each time you do this, you are performing one repetition. You are strengthening your attention muscle and reinforcing the truth that you are the master of your mind, not its thoughts. The benefits of cultivating this inner calm are the benefits of building an unshakable sanctuary within yourself. You will find that your ability to handle stress and pressure during the day increases dramatically. You will be less reactive, less irritable, and more patient with others. You will be able to access clear thinking and creative solutions even when your environment is chaotic. You will feel a profound sense of inner peace and stability that is not dependent on your external circumstances. You will carry the still, clear water of the deep well within you, a source of strength you can draw upon at any time. Your practice is to commit to this 10-minute meditation every morning for 1 week. See it not as another task, but as the essential act of fortifying your inner citadel. This inner calm is a state you must choose, and that choice is an act of discipline. To make it last, you must build consistency. In our next lesson, we will explore the art of building consistency through discipline. Please subscribe to the Stoic Ruler channel to continue this essential work. Lesson 3. Building consistency through discipline. Imagine a great stone wall, the kind that has stood for centuries, protecting a city. Its incredible strength and permanence did not come from a single heroic act of construction. It was built by the patient, methodical, and consistent laying of one stone upon another, day after day, in the rain and in the sun. The power of the wall lies not in the size of any individual stone, but in the unbreakable chain of consistency with which they were all laid. Your new morning routine is this wall. The inner conflict we face is our deep attraction to intensity over consistency. We get a burst of motivation, we commit to a massive, perfect morning routine, we do it with heroic effort for 3 days, and then we burn out, miss a day, and quit entirely, concluding that routines just don't work for me. The problem with this all-or-nothing intensity-focused mindset is that it is the enemy of long-term progress. It is a recipe for failure. By relying on the fleeting emotion of motivation, you are setting yourself up for an inevitable crash. When the motivation fades, as it always does, your habit collapses. This creates a destructive cycle. You get excited, you overcommit, you burn out, you feel guilty, and you give up. This cycle not only prevents you from building the habits you desire, but it also actively erodes your self-trust. With each failed attempt, you reinforce the belief that you are a person who doesn't follow through, making it even harder to start again the next time. The transformative solution is to fall in love with the quiet, unglamorous, and supremely powerful force of consistency. It is the conscious choice to become the master stonemason, focusing not on building the entire wall today, but on perfectly laying just one single stone. The core Stoic idea here is that character is forged through daily habit. A man is not defined by his occasional grand gestures, but by the small, repeated actions he takes every single day. A Stoic does not care if an action is exciting or inspiring, they care only if it is the right action. The goal is to replace the unreliable fuel of motivation with the unbreakable engine of discipline. Discipline is the commitment to do what you said you would do, long after the mood you said it in has left. You can begin to build this unstoppable consistency with a simple but powerful rule popularized by the comedian Jerry Seinfeld: never miss twice. Life happens. You may get sick, an emergency may arise, and you might miss one day of your morning routine. The amateur sees this as a failure and quits. The professional sees it as an anomaly. The rule is simple. You can, under rare circumstances, miss one day, but you are absolutely forbidden from missing 2 days in a row. A single missed day is an accident. 2 missed days is the beginning of a new, negative habit. This rule provides a framework for resilience. It allows for imperfection while demanding a swift return to the path of discipline. It is the difference between a small stumble and completely falling off the wagon. The benefits of building consistency are the benefits of harnessing the power of compound interest for your character. Your small, daily efforts will build upon each other, leading to massive, seemingly overnight transformations over time. You will break free from the destructive boom and bust cycle of motivation. You will forge a new identity as a disciplined, reliable person, an identity built on the undeniable evidence of your daily actions. You will achieve your goals not through heroic, unsustainable sprints, but through a calm, steady, and inevitable march. Your practice is to adopt the never miss twice rule for your chosen morning habit. Your goal is not perfection, but the unwavering commitment to get back on track immediately after a stumble. Consistency requires self-control, the raw power to choose the disciplined action over the easy one. In our next lesson, we will explore how to harness this essential power. Let us know in the comments one habit you want to build with consistency. Lesson 4. Harnessing the power of self-control. Imagine a master rider on the back of a powerful, spirited stallion. The horse possesses immense energy, speed, and strength. But without the rider, this power is just untamed, chaotic potential. It is the rider's calm, steady hands on the reins, their self-control, that harnesses the horse's power and directs it toward a purposeful destination. Together, they are an unstoppable force. Your impulses, your appetites, and your desire for comfort are this powerful stallion. The inner conflict we face is that we often let the horse run wild. We feel an impulse to stay in the warm bed, to eat the sugary food, to check our phone, to avoid a difficult task, and we immediately give in. We are not the rider, we are just being taken for a ride. The problem with a lack of self-control, especially in the morning, is that it sets a precedent of weakness for the entire day. When you begin your day by surrendering to your most basic comfort-seeking impulses, you are sending a clear message to your brain. My impulses are in charge, not my rational mind. This act of abdication weakens your willpower for the rest of the day. Having lost the first small battle against the snooze button, you are far more likely to lose the later, more important battles against procrastination, junk food, or a bad temper. A lack of self-control is a self-perpetuating cycle that makes you a slave to your own weakest desires. The transformative solution is to consciously decide to become the master writer of your own mind. It is the practice of using the quiet moments of the morning as a training ground to strengthen your self-control. The core Stoic virtue at play here is temperance, or self-restraint. The Stoics understood that the person who has mastered their own desires is freer than a king. True power is not the ability to have anything you want, but the ability to not need it. Each time you consciously override a weaker impulse in favor of a more disciplined, virtuous choice, you are strengthening the rider's grip on the reins. You are proving to yourself who is truly in charge of your life. You can begin to harness your power of self-control with a strategy of environmental design. Instead of relying purely on willpower, which is finite, make it easy to do the right thing and hard to do the wrong thing. First, create a friction plan for your biggest temptations. If you are tempted to hit the snooze button, move your alarm clock across the room, forcing you to physically get out of bed to turn it off. If you are tempted by your phone, leave it charging in another room overnight. By increasing the friction, you make the impulsive choice harder. Second, create an ease plan for your virtuous habits. If you want to work out, lay out your gym clothes the night before. If you want to read, place the book on your pillow. By removing friction, you make the disciplined choice the path of least resistance. The benefits of mastering self-control are the benefits of becoming truly powerful. You will be liberated from the slavery of your own appetites and impulses. You will find it easier to stick to your goals, whether they are related to health, work, or personal growth. You will develop a deep and resilient sense of self-respect, knowing that you are a person of principle and discipline. Your energy and focus will increase as you stop wasting them on internal battles and temptations. You will become the calm, confident rider, capable of directing the immense power of your own being toward any destination you choose. Your practice is to identify your single biggest morning temptation. Tonight, create a simple friction plan to make it harder to indulge tomorrow morning. Self-control is essential. But sometimes the obstacles we face are not temptations, but our own negative thoughts. In our next lesson, we will explore how to overcome these mental obstacles with Stoic tools. Lesson 5. Overcoming mental obstacles with Stoicism. Imagine a determined traveler on a long journey. The path ahead is not always clear and smooth. Sometimes a massive boulder blocks the way. The unskilled traveler sees the boulder and despairs. They see it as the end of the road, a sign that they should give up and go home. The wise, Stoic traveler sees the boulder differently. They do not despair. They see it simply as an obstacle to be navigated, a problem to be solved. They can go over it, around it, or find a way to break it into smaller, more manageable pieces. The obstacle is not the end of the path. The obstacle is the path. The boulder in our journey is often our own mind. We wake up and our path is blocked by a feeling of dread, a wave of overwhelm about the day's tasks, or a persistent negative thought loop. The problem with these mental obstacles is that they can be completely paralyzing. The feeling of overwhelm when looking at a huge to-do list can lead to analysis paralysis, where you become so frozen by the size of the task that you do nothing at all. A negative thought loop, replaying a past mistake or catastrophizing about a future event, can consume all of your mental energy, leaving you feeling anxious and defeated before your day has even started. Unlike a physical boulder, these mental obstacles can feel insurmountable because they seem to be a part of us, an undeniable truth about our situation. The transformative solution is to learn to see your thoughts as the Stoics did, not as facts but as impressions. You must become the wise traveler who can look at the mental boulder and see it for what it is, a neutral object to be assessed and navigated with reason. The core of Stoic practice is using our rational mind to challenge and dismantle these irrational, unhelpful thoughts before they derail us. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The mental obstacle is not a reason to quit. It is a chance to practice the virtues of wisdom, courage, and creativity. You can begin to overcome your mental obstacles with two powerful Stoic mental models. The first is task decomposition. When you are faced with a large, overwhelming task or project that is blocking your path, refuse to think about the project as a whole. Instead, ask yourself this one simple question: what is the smallest possible next action I can take? Break the boulder down into pebbles. Your goal is not write the report. Your goal is open the document and write one sentence. This single act breaks the spell of paralysis and builds momentum. The second practice is premeditation malorum, the premeditation of evils, applied to your day. In the morning, actively think about what could go wrong. What challenges will you face? What will your most difficult task be? By anticipating the boulders, you can pre-plan your route around them. You might decide to tackle the hardest task first, or to schedule a break immediately after a difficult meeting. The benefits of learning to overcome mental obstacles are the benefits of becoming truly unstoppable. You will be freed from the paralysis of procrastination and overwhelm. You will develop a proactive, problem-solving mindset, seeing challenges as interesting puzzles rather than terrifying threats. Your confidence will soar as you prove to yourself, day after day, that you have the mental tools to navigate any difficulty. You will stop being a victim of your own mind and become its calm, strategic master. Your practice is to take the most overwhelming task on your list right now, identify and then immediately perform the smallest possible first action. To consistently overcome these obstacles, you must build daily habits that promote clarity and focus. In our next lesson, we will explore how to create these essential habits. Subscribe to Stoic Ruler to build an unstoppable mind. Lesson 6. Creating habits for clarity and focus. Imagine a master photographer preparing to capture a breathtaking landscape. The world outside may be perfectly beautiful, but if the camera's lens is smudged with fingerprints, covered in dust, or out of focus, the resulting image will be a blurry, distorted, and disappointing mess. The photographer's first and most important job is to meticulously clean and focus their lens. Only then can they capture the truth and beauty of the scene. Your mind is this lens. The inner conflict we face is that we go through our days attempting to perceive and interact with the world through a lens that is perpetually blurry and smudged with the fingerprints of distraction, mental clutter, and unresolved thoughts. The problem with this lack of mental clarity is that it degrades the quality of everything you do. A blurry mind cannot set clear priorities. It cannot solve complex problems effectively. It cannot be fully present in conversations. It leads to a day of hazy, unfocused, and semi-productive activity, leaving you feeling frustrated and dissatisfied. You cannot lead your life with purpose if you cannot see the path ahead with clarity. You are essentially trying to navigate a complex and challenging landscape while looking through a dirty window. It is an exhausting and ineffective way to live. The transformative solution is to implement specific, concrete morning habits that are designed for one purpose: to clean and focus your mental lens. It is the disciplined act of wiping away the smudges of anxiety and the dust of distraction before you begin to engage with your day. The core Stoic idea here is that wisdom is the chief virtue, and clarity is the essential prerequisite for wisdom. You cannot apply your reason to a situation that you do not see clearly. The morning habits we cultivate are, therefore, not just about productivity. They are sacred rituals for achieving the mental clarity necessary to live a virtuous and effective life. You can create these habits for clarity and focus with two powerful morning practices. The first is the brain dump journaling technique. For 5 to 10 minutes, take a pen and paper and write down absolutely everything that is on your mind, without any structure, censorship, or concern for grammar. All your worries, your to-do items, your half-formed ideas, your frustrations, get them all out of your head and onto the paper. This act of externalizing your mental clutter is like wiping the dust off your lens. It clears an incredible amount of space for focused thought. The second practice, to be done immediately after the brain dump, is priority setting. Now that your mind is clear, look at your day and ask, what 1 to 3 things are truly important today? What are the vital few amongst the trivial many? Write down these 1 to 3 priorities. This is the act of focusing the lens on what truly matters. The benefits of this practice are the benefits of seeing your life in high definition. You will move through your day with a powerful sense of clarity and purpose. Your ability to focus on your most important tasks will increase dramatically because you have cleared away the mental clutter. You will feel less stressed and overwhelmed because you have a clear and manageable set of priorities, rather than a long, blurry list of worries. You will make better decisions because you will be operating from a place of focused calm. Your practice for this lesson is to perform the brain dump and priority setting exercise tomorrow morning. Experience the profound shift from a cluttered mind to a clear one. When you consistently practice these habits, you set yourself up to turn every single day into a victory. In our final lesson, we will explore this ultimate reframe. Lesson 7, turning every day into a victory. Imagine a warrior returning from a great battle at the end of the day. The outcome of the battle itself, whether their side won or lost the territory, is, in a sense, secondary. The crucial question for the Stoic warrior is this: did I fight with honor? Did I act with courage and discipline? Did I do my duty to the best of my ability? If the answer is yes, then regardless of the external outcome, the warrior returns to their tent with their head held high. They have won the only battle that is truly within their control, the battle for their own character. This is the definition of a victorious day. The inner conflict we face is our tendency to judge our days as good or bad, based entirely on external outcomes. We had a good day if we received praise, made a sale, or if things went our way. We had a bad day if we were criticized, faced setbacks, or if things were difficult. The problem with this external scoreboard is that it makes our sense of daily victory completely dependent on things we do not control. It guarantees that we will frequently feel a sense of frustration, failure, and defeat. It ties our inner peace to the chaotic and unpredictable whims of fortune. A day can be instantly ruined by a single negative event that is completely outside of our influence. This is a fragile and disempowering way to live. It makes us players in a game whose rules are set by others and whose outcomes we cannot determine. The transformative solution is to completely redefine what it means to win. It is the Stoic practice of shifting your definition of victory from the external scoreboard of outcomes to the internal scoreboard of your own character in action. A victorious day is not one where you achieved all your external goals. A victorious day is one where you lived in accordance with your principles. It is a day where you acted with courage in the face of fear, with patience in the face of frustration, with integrity in the face of temptation. This is the ultimate application of the dichotomy of control. The goal is not to win the outer battle, which is never fully up to you. The goal is to win the inner battle, every single day, which is always up to you. The actionable step to make this a reality is the evening review, the bookend to your morning reflection. Before you go to sleep, take 5 minutes with your journal. Look back at the intentions you set in the morning. Then, answer these questions honestly and without judgment. Where did I act in alignment with my values today? Where did I fall short? What can I learn from my failures? What am I grateful for? This practice is not about self-flagellation. It is about objective self-assessment and learning. It is the process of acknowledging your victories on the inner scoreboard, regardless of what the outer scoreboard says. It is how you turn every single day, even the most difficult ones, into a source of wisdom and a victory for your character. The benefits of this practice are profound. You will be freed from the emotional roller coaster of chasing external success. You will find a deep and abiding sense of satisfaction and peace, knowing that you can achieve a personal victory every single day, no matter what happens. Your rate of personal growth will accelerate as you consistently learn from both your successes and your failures. You will build an unshakable sense of self-worth, based on the only thing that truly matters: your commitment to living a virtuous life. Your final practice is to perform your first evening review tonight. Judge your day not by what you got, but by who you were. You have journeyed through the 7 disciplines of mastering your morning to rule your day. From setting the tone at dawn to claiming victory at dusk, this is the Stoic path to unbeatable control and mental clarity. Remember, the battle for your life is won in the first quiet hours of each day. Thank you for your time and your dedication with Stoic Ruler. If this journey has provided you with value, please support our mission by liking this video, commenting with your own insights, and subscribing for more wisdom on the path to an unshakable life.